wellness revolution starts now.
Hello, I'm Dr. Steve Hotze. Welcome to today's program. We're going to introduce you to Miss Bekki Andrews and a 10-year history of health. So Bekki has been a guest here since 2016, I think January
15th.
January 15th of 2016. So it's been almost 10 years to the date since she walked through the doors. And I remember meeting with you 10 years ago.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
What a memory.
Well, you're unforgettable, Bekki. Oh, my goodness.
Well, I was a lot heavier then.
And so Bekki came in here 10 years ago, and it's a great, exciting story. And Bekki is engaging. This woman's an amazing woman. She's still in business for herself. She goes to banks and all over the state and makes recommendations. And she's just a go-getter. Once she got her health on track, and we're going to talk about that. Let's talk about your health. Okay. What brought you in? And you have a great story of what brought you in here in 2016.
Two things. The first one was that I was 67, which means I was about 25 years late getting here. But all of a sudden, I would look in the mirror and I would think, well, I look like I'm pregnant. And I don't even eat that much. But then in December of 2015, the last half of the month, I had my mom in the hospital and I was off work, so I would wander the hospital every day. And finally, I asked the head nurse, I said, what is it with all these people? Because they all have this gray hair and their legs are strung up and everything. And she said, well, basically, it's diabetes, blood pressure, heart problems, and all the rest of it. And I looked at my mother and I thought to myself, I'm heading right there. I need to stop. I need to get a grip. So that's what initiated my desire to call, which I'll stop the answer there or I'd take the whole podcast.
Well, but go ahead and tell us how you knew to call us.
Oh, yes. Well, my friend, who's now deceased, that had been a missionary in Mexico and had a home in the States, had been after me for 10 years, go to the Hotze Clinic. And I kept saying, no, I'm not going to any doctors because they'll tell me to stop eating and drinking all my favorite stuff. And I'm an auditor, so I'm entitled to excess caffeine and alcohol, and I'm not going. But when I saw the situation with my mother, I already knew I was not going to do big pharma. I've never been a big pharma person where you get a fix, a pill or a shot, not a solution. So I thought, I'm going to call the Hotze Clinic, and I think it was December the 28th from Fort Worth. I called down here and said, I need an appointment, and I got one on my birthday, January 15th, 2016, showed up, and that's how it started.
What was the name of the sweet lady that referred
Oni
to
Browning. Bart and Oni Browning were missionaries to Mexico for many years.
Sweet Christian folks. I remember them well. So you came down, and your biggest problem was what? Your weight?
Well, my body structure looked terrible, which happens when you get older. But that caused me to be focused on myself. And so when you become obsessed with yourself, whatever else you're doing, you're not going to do a good job. You can't even communicate with people because it's all about you. So, and because it was about me and I was frustrated, then I was angry, and then I was irritated, and then I was gripey. And it doesn't work for an auditor to be gripey. You have to be really engaging and sell yourself. So I was in trouble.
Okay, so you came in, and when you came in, tell us about the experience. What it felt like when you came in, walked through the front door here at the center. What did you notice?
Very memorable. The first thing I noticed was the beautiful decor. It's almost like walking into a home. And the atmosphere was very peaceful. You didn't have people running around with white coats and all of that business. And then I was met for my appointment, and people talked to me. They asked me questions. They took my weight, which that wasn't good news. And I think they might have even taken a picture or two. And then they asked me about my eating habits and what I do for a living and everything else. It was very personal. Of course, they did blood work. And so I thought, being an auditor, I thought, these people have got this place under control. So I bet they're going to give me a program that will help me get in control, too. I know they're not big pharma, so that's good news. So I was already hooked.
And so we started you on what we now call the Reboot Program, Body Reboot Program, which was first thing that recommendations we made were eat right.
That's right. Yes.
The first and
Yes.
foremost. And we also made recommendations on some hormones,
Mm-hmm.
natural thyroid hormones to get the metabolism up, as well as some natural female hormones to help rejuvenate your system. So anyway,
And I got a diet.
well, they gave you an eating plan, didn't they?
They gave me an eating plan, and they said, you need to do this for 90 days. And I said, oh, well, I'm not going to do it for 90 days. I'm going to do it for a year. And I was told, oh, you don't have to do that. And I said, no, you don't understand. This isn't a diet. This is a lifestyle change. And I was also told, it's all about what you put in your mouth. And I said, oh, it can't be that easy. But it is. That's really what it's about.
And so over the first 90 days, how much weight did you lose?
I lost 38 pounds, and after 120 days, I walked into a client office, and the first day that I showed up, my CPA contact said, you need to get a new suit. And I said, can you tell? And he said, I can, and I was hooked. So then I stayed on for 12 months. I never, not one time, cheated, not once, because I trusted what you were going to do for me, and I knew not to violate the program. Then I lost 55 pounds.
And she looks remarkable. And not only did she lose 55 pounds, when she came back that year, she had bought for herself a red Porsche. I mean, so
718 Cayman. Yeah, it was my reward for my
I'm telling you what, I remember
sacrifice.
she was so proud of herself. Come out here and look at what I got. And she's thin and trim and just looks great. And she hops in this Porsche. I'm going, my goodness gracious. That is a tremendous story. Now, the wonderful thing about Bekki is that she understands that we offer a program here and make some recommendations, but she knew that it required her to discipline herself and to take control of her health. She's in charge of her health. She had to discipline herself, and that's exactly what she did. I like to say this, Bekki, and you probably remember us telling you this. You're in the Health Olympics. All of you are in the Health Olympics, whether you like it or not. Some of you guys don't even have enough energy to get on and make the run. But you're in the Health Olympics, and you can look at yourself in a mirror and see how well you're doing. Our goal is to help our guests win a gold medal in the Olympics. So we make recommendations. But just like any coach, we see ourselves as health coaches, okay? So we want you to get on this path of health and wellness so you have energy, vitality, and enthusiasm for life. That's what we want in each one of our guests. We really believe that we have a ministry, a God-given ministry, and that we serve like Christ did, and we're his hands and feet, and we're helping people show them a way that they can be healthy and well physically, emotionally, and spiritually, all the way around.
With that, I have to say, the most important decision I ever made in my life was accepting Christ as my Savior. 7 years later, delayed, I finally decided I would study the Operational Policy and Procedure Manual for the Christian Life, the Bible. Second best decision I ever made in my life. The third best decision I ever made in my life was to come here, because I took control. I came to a place where you're not about the fix. Everybody I know today is on a shot or a pill. I wanted a solution, and that's what the Hotze Clinic specializes in. You get to the heart of the matter, but it does require making a choice. But once I made those choices, I stopped focusing on myself, which we should all focus on the people that we're dealing with. That's what love of others is all about. But you can't do that when you're all focused on yourself and you're angry or gripey because you have a self-esteem issue. Once you clean all that up, it changes everything about you, not only your health, but your whole personality, and it helped me succeed more, because it's important to think of others, not just self.
She's got an amazing, amazing story, and I'm proud of you that you took charge of your health. That's what we want. We want every one of our guests to take charge of their health. And if you do that, and you go to a physician here, one of our providers here at the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, we can help you get on a program that will enable you to take charge of your health so that you can have energy, vitality, and enthusiasm just like Bekki does. Now, Bekki, it's been 10 years and you've stayed just as true to the program as anybody. We've had you on TV, we've had you on radio programs, Bekki's been a wonderful spokesman for what we can do here. But the thing I want you to understand, it's not us. We show you a way. It's like being a Christian, God's given us a manual.
That's right.
You want to live a good life? Here's the manual.
That's it.
Follow it, okay? And you can say, I'm a Christian, but you don't follow the manual.
Right.
Things don't go right.
That's right.
Well, we have a program here to help you get healthy and well. We lay it out for you, and it includes, when necessary, treatment of airborne allergies, treatment of food allergies, a reboot of your eating program to get you eating healthy, natural thyroid hormone supplementation, replenishment of male or female hormones, and vitamin and mineral supplementation, and nutritionally balanced eating program, and an exercise program. You get on that program, and you're going to get yourself healthy and well. And when you're healthy and well, you're more productive in life, and you're more enjoyable to be around.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're a delight to be
yes.
around. You're so full of energy and vitality. I mean, I love having you walk in the office because the energy just fills the.
Well, it's your program.
Well, it's you though. You got a great spirit and great energy about you, and that's helped you be successful. So right now you're 77, and
Well, 9 days off.
9 days off, 76. Sorry, but you know what? You look marvelous, and you're still active in your business. Tell us about your business.
Well, the way I like to explain this is that my niche in life is operational auditor. And when I meet people, they say, oh, well, that means that you're spending your time doing what? And I say, well, I'm in the information gathering business. I'm hired by boards of directors to take the policies and procedures of their organization, go out and find if their people are doing what they're supposed to. And I do this by inquiry, observation, and some financial test work. But it gives me an opportunity to meet a lot of people. And, of course, I had clients that knew me before I came to the Hotze Clinic and know me today, and they observed the change. And I've told them all, it's all about what you put in your mouth and being using the discipline on a reliable program to get where you need to be. But it's about choice. Everything in life, it boils down to choice.
Well, you made great choices. You made great choices.
Not all the time.
Well, you made great choices when you decided to trust Christ as your Savior. You made a great choice when you decided to take charge of your health, and you have, and God has blessed you, and you've helped hundreds of business banks across our state over your career, and you're continuing to do that and stay active. How many people, I'm 75 and you're 76, how many people our age do you know that just can hardly even get up out of bed and they're in nursing homes?
Well, many.
Right.
And everybody else I know that's not is shooting up. I mean, they're on the weight loss shot, or they're taking pills, or they're going the traditional physician every year, a couple of visits in a year, the traditional route, which is big pharma. And I'm definitely opposed to that. I think it takes away from the fact that you do get to choose. It's what you put in your mouth.
Well, Bekki, thank you for sharing your story with us. And if you would like to get on a path of health and wellness naturally, don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Hotze Health and Wellness Center. Our goal is to help you increase your energy, your vitality, and your enthusiasm for life so you can have the same kind of results that Bekki has had. And I congratulate you, Bekki, and thank you for being with us today. You're so lovely.
Thank you for doing what you are doing and for having me here today.
Great. God bless each one of you.
At Physicians Preference Pharmacy, we understand that the quality of your compounded medications directly affects the way you feel, which is why we believe that your pharmacy should specialize in compounding medications while also delivering extraordinary hospitality and guest service. We believe that both patients and prescribers should accept nothing less than consistency and quality from their compounding pharmacy. This is why we've implemented some of the strictest quality standards in compounding, exceeding standard requirements, achieving PCAB accreditation. which is the Pharmacy Compounding Accreditation Board, an organization that sets the highest standards in compounding pharmacy regarding the safety, cleanliness, and quality of your compounded prescriptions. Because of our commitment to complete health and wellness, we are dedicated to making your medications free of lactose, parabens, artificial sweeteners, and any unnecessary dyes, binders, or fillers present in many other medications, offering you the cleanest products possible.
Information provided on this program is neither intended nor implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice and is not intended to replace the services of a physician, nor does it constitute a doctor-patient relationship. You should not use information from this radio program to diagnose or treat a health problem or disease without consulting with a qualified healthcare provider. If you have or suspect you have an urgent medical problem, promptly contact a professional healthcare provider or call 911. Dr. Hotze's Wellness Revolution advises you to always seek the advice of a physician or other qualified health provider prior to starting any new treatment or with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Any application of the recommendations from this program is at the listener's discretion.